Sure. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Can't hear me. All right. You guys on YouTube, just give me a second because I need to figure out why. Now I can. Okay. All right. Now you can hear me. All right. Good stuff. So, you guys, welcome to the show. I'm KTJ, and this is Love Coach Sessions Live, the only place on the air, on the internet, where you can get this kind of content from a real. My background is in working with males, right? So I was a men's counselor for many years, and now I talk about dating, talk about relationships. I talk about all the stories and the reasons and the secrets that men have shared with me, and we do it right here. So I'm not a biased guy. I'm for everybody. I want everybody to win and everybody to have their say. So let me just jump off and I got a video. I got videos. I got all kinds of stuff, you guys. So just check in with me. Let me know where you guys are watching the show from. We got our friends here on TikTok who are checking it out. So you guys, let me know where you got watching the show from. My man K Zag already jumped in, giving his opinion. And you know what? I want all of you guys to go ahead and jump in and give me your opinion on this topic, just straight off. Do you believe that men are more are men becoming extinct, like masculinity becoming extinct in men? All right. I want you guys to answer that question. Tell me your thoughts on that as we launch this show tonight. So I got a picture. Let me put this up. Let's get started with it. Let's just come out the gate with it. Everybody's talking about it, so we got to talk about it. This is the picture of Rihanna and ASAP Rocky and her baby. Their brand new baby. They are on the cover of Vogue magazine. You guys tell me what your opinion is of this picture. Drop it in the comments right now. Tell me what your opinion is of this picture. Rihanna is striking a pose. Look at that face. That face, that she's got that strong chin. You know, now you guys know that when they took this picture, they probably took 1,000 other pictures, right? This wasn't the only picture they took. Why did they show this picture? Why did this become the picture that hit the air and became the picture, right? What does this picture say to you? My man's in the background holding baby, and she is in the foreground calling shots. That's what I see. I see her in the front foreground calling shots. She's her own woman, you know, and he's kind of laid in the back in the cut. Now, some people believe that because she is the high income earner, she is the mega star, that he is kind of like the hanger on. And look, I've seen this actually happen many times, right? I've seen this happen many times where a guy is kind of the hanger on. He's there to fill a role, right? And I want to tell you, it's not. No, we not. That's it's not the way. It's not the way, right? Some of these, listen to this, y'all. Some of these high income earning women like Rihanna, right? They've got everything already. They've got the house, they've got the car, they've got the stardom, they've got all the things, right? But there's one thing that you can't manufacture with all your money is you can't have a man. You can't just get a man, right? A man has to sign up for this. A man has to sign up for this to be a part of this. And this guy signed up for this. So tell you guys, let me know what y'all thoughts are on this picture. ASAP Rocky holding baby. Now look, I want to say I'll give the guy a shout, right? Because I got another picture I'm getting ready to show y'all in just a few minutes. I need y'all to see this picture. I'll give the guy some leeway on this Because look, we need more black fathers holding baby, right? We need more fathers, black fathers, to be involved with their children. We need more of this display of family. But wait a minute. Why what's this? Right? Now, what would this article been like if she was holding baby and he was in the foreground? If he was striking a pose of strength and she was in the background, what would have happened with that? Would people have gone with that? I don't think they would have. All right. Hey, my girl Dr. Parks is in the building. She said he is supporting Rihanna in what she is doing. Okay. Okay. That's a perspective. He's supporting his woman. And there's nothing wrong with a man supporting his woman. As a matter of fact, he should support his woman, right? But Dr. Parks, I want us to be. I don't want us to be sheep of media, right? Because you know that almost everything you see that comes through a lens has been manufactured. Yeah, is that clear? Almost everything you see that comes through a lens has been manufactured. Let me show y'all this second picture. Okay, so if you agree with that picture, I need you to see this. I need you to see the second picture. You say there's nothing wrong with that picture. Tell me what's up with this picture. Tell me what's up with this picture. This is picture that ASAP Rocky took. I don't know why it's cutting halfway off. All right, here we go. This is ASAP Rocky. No thanks. Look at this. This is ASAP Rocky out with a skirt on, out wearing a dress. This is one of the things he does. This is one of the things he does. So what's being said? This is one of the things that he does. What's being said is he is being seen in the feminine role a bit much. Here's another picture. I need y'all to see this. Look, you guys have to go on. Come on, click the link in the bio and come on to the YouTube channel if you want to see what I got, what I'm putting up. All right, this is him again with his woman. This looks like a woman's suit that he's wearing. This looks like a woman's suit that he's wearing. Those are not shorts. That's a skirt. This is a woman's top too. Now, again, I'm not here to judge a man who wants to cross dress. I'm not here to judge a man who wants to cross dress. If he wants to put on a woman's dress suit with what looks like what female jewelry, female jewelry, okay. Dr. Parks, is that female jewelry? Yes or no? I mean, am I making that up? I got another one for you. See, so this is his thing. He wanted to be the first rapper to wear a dress. I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a whole dress that the man's wearing. So again, the man has the right to wear whatever he wants. Yes, he does. I would actually think this was a woman if I didn't already know that this was a ASAP Rocky. Okay. So what we're seeing, I want to make sure that it came through there. All right. Did y'all see it? This is him with his fur winter coat on, with the fur around the collar, with a full, looks like a woman's dress. Now I know he's probably just trying to make a statement because that's what they do. Trying to make a statement, trying to be seen, and that's what he's doing. Okay. All right. So that's what he's doing on that. That's what he's got going on. Now I know. Now y'all tell me. You tell me. I'll show you the other picture again. This is um I always think that things are some kind of agenda, right? You can't ever really believe that anything that you see in the media is what it is. There's always some thought. Somebody sat around a table and decided on what they were going to put out into the world. Somebody sat around with all the probably hundreds of pictures that they took and decided that this was the picture. Okay. Now, with this guy having this kind of background, I do believe in support. Hey there, LV. Thanks for popping in. I do believe in support, right? But somewhere a line has to be drawn. Somewhere a line has to be drawn, right? Because listen to this, it's not just about this guy. It's not just about what we're seeing right here. It's about the overall feminization of males. Now, here's why this has come up a couple times. So this is the place for us to have the conversation about this, right? I want this to be a platform for us to have conversations about these sort of things. Okay, on about I want to say 3 different occasions this past week, I've had women to come to me and say, "Kel, these men are too soft." These men are too soft. I had an event the other night, and a young lady met a young man that was there, and they got it off pretty good. She they they talked, hang out, they had a drink, they disappeared together. So I didn't know what was going on. Italiana said Hollywood is all kinds of evil. I hear that. So the couple disappeared. They went off and did their own thing, right? She called me back later on that night and she said, "Kel, I'm sorry, but this guy is lacking masculine energy." She's like, "He's just too soft for me." I heard another lady, she was talking about this same thing. She says, I'm going out with these guys, and all these men are soft. All these men are emotional. All these men are in their feelings, and they're like, wait a minute. There's only room for one person to be in their feelings, and that's got to be me. There's only one place. There's only one person allowed to be in their feelings, and the women are like, "That's me." So that's what they're saying. Let me show you guys this video that I caught, and let me put this other one on first. I'm gonna play this video here, and I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Isha says it happened to me too, and I don't know what to do. Ooh. All right, well, keep listening. Hang in there. Keep listening. All right, check this out.
You can forget about being with a masculine man because we're going to look the other way. We do not want masculine women No, we don't care if you got the bag, or we don't care if you're bossed up. If you
You guys, let me know if y'all can
Men
hear
don't
this.
care about your money. We don't care how much money you have. We don't care how much status you have. All we care about is the traditional attributes that come with femininity.
All right, y'all, let me know. Could y'all hear that? I got something weird happening with my audio. Let me know if y'all heard that. Italiana said, "Go to martial arts. They all masculine." All right, so y'all did hear that. Let me run it back. I think there's something going on with my earphones. Okay, there we go. Much better, much better. Gotta plug it in. Let me take this guy from the beginning.
When women are masculine, you can forget about being with a masculine man because
Okay, so this guy is breaking down in his words, in his terms, what's happening with masculine women and masculine men. Y'all tell me if y'all disagree. If y'all agree, tell me what you think.
we're going to look the other way. We do not want masculine women. No, we don't care if you got the bag, or we
Okay, so he's saying that men do not want masculine women. Men who are about their lives don't want masculine women. Okay. The question is, why are there masculine women? Masculine women pretty much were formed because they had to survive, right? If you're out here in these streets trying to survive and trying to overcome, you got to do what you got to do.
we don't care if you're bossed up. If you Men don't care about your money.
Do men care about your money? Is what he's saying true? True or false? Do men care about women's money? Do men care about women's money? You guys let me know that. Some do. Yeah. Life circumstances, trauma, abuse. All right. So this is what this guy's saying.
We don't care how much money you have. We don't care how much status you have. All we care about is the traditional attributes that come with femininity.
Now, I probably messed up by having this music in the background, but it's going to be all right. So I wanted y'all to hear what this guy had to say about that. What men care about most is femininity. Listen. What I'm going to tell you, you guys. Y'all hear what I'm going to say. LV said some do. Hear what I got to say. I'm going to tell you this. For the majority of masculine men, femininity is highest in desire, right? Flat out, the conversations I have with men, they tell me the same thing. I hear it over and over. Fit, feminine, fun. Fit, feminine, fun. Now listen to this. Look. I ain't here to fight, right? If you can't be fit, you can still be feminine, and you can still be fun. There's nothing wrong with presenting yourself as, what a man desires, right? And the guys, men have to present what women desire. Ladies, drop down in the comment section one thing you desire from a man. We're going to get this thing right. We're going to get this thing right. Drop in the comment section one thing you desire in a man. What you and when whatever it is that you desire to see in a man. What do you want in a man? What do you look for? What do you hope for in a man? I got another video. While I'm waiting for y'all comments to come through. What is it that you desire in a man? All right. Here it comes. Leadership, honesty. Somebody else said leadership. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Is this leadership? Is this picture of Rihanna on the front of this cover with my man in the background? Is that leadership? Is he presenting leadership? Somebody tell me that. Is this man coming outside with this dress on? Is this leadership? This right here. Is this leadership? Would you say that this guy is a leader? I wouldn't. I see the nose coming through. No, no, no. LV said she's looking for a man with stability. All right. Here go Dr. Parks. Said leaders know when to allow others to be in front. Fact. No, that's true. I agree. But we have to. But I think something has to be said with this. Like somebody, there's got to be a line somewhere. So the question, you guys, I have for you tonight is: are men becoming more feminine, and are women becoming more masculine? Look, now I saw this, and I'm just going to throw this little bone in the yard, y'all.
This is Merrin.
Watch this.
She fell in love with James.
I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I'm a feminine presenting straight man. I guess people perceive us as weird as a couple because we don't follow the regular status quo. We don't look like how they want us to look.
The couple met through TikTok, and despite not being each other's usual types,
I was identifying as gay because it was easier.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, who's buying this? Who's buying this and who's not buying this? Wait a minute. Who is buying this and who is not buying it? Let me pull back on this, just so you guys can get the full picture here. This is where we are. This is where we are. Hey, Ree, she said, women don't have no choice but to be masculine, but the men are not stepping up to lead. So Ree, you are in support of women being masculine and men being more feminine. So tell me why men are being more feminine. That's a pretty good rationale. You say the men aren't stepping up to be more masculine, so the women step up and be masculine. So why are the men being more feminine? Okay, Key says because they lazy. Key said they lazy. Is that what it is? Miss King? Why? The question is, why is it okay that women are in a position of being more masculine? Society is championing women being more masculine. And they're also championing, I don't know if that's a real word, championing men being more feminine, or at least allowing it. But the women that I'm speaking to, they're saying, I do not want a feminine man. They're like, no. They're like, bruh, bruh. They do not want a feminine man. Check this out.
Is Merrin.
This is
She
Merrin.
fell in love with James.
I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I'm a feminine presenting straight man. I guess.
All right. So she is a masculine presenting woman. He is a feminine presenting man. All right. Y'all got that straight? Okay. This is where we are. This is where we are.
People perceive us as weird as a couple because we don't follow the regular status quo. And we don't look like how they want us to look.
The couple.
He said, we don't look like what they want us to look like. Okay.
Met through TikTok. And despite not being each other's usual type.
So look, y'all. They met through TikTok. Hey, I listen. I always say it that all of these apps are dating apps. Every one of these apps are dating apps. Whether you're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they're all dating apps. If you're open to the possibilities.
I was identifying as gay because it was easier.
Stop. Where's my buzzer? Stop. My man said he was presenting as gay because it was easier. These are y'all sons right here. This is y'all future masculine men. This is it right here. This is what we doing.
Than explaining all the ins and outs of who I was. I've only been
He'd rather just say he's gay than explain the ins and outs of who he is. This is what we doing.
In the past.
the most frequent question
So wait, so she has dated women in the past.
we get is who is the woman, or like who is the girl, who is the boy, who is the man.
They didn't really answer that question, but okay. Now, what I want to say about that is this. Here's what I'm going to say about that, y'all. Here's what I want to say. LV said, I don't want to be masculine. I want a man who knows his role. Okay. She said, not buying it all. Yes, yeah, it's something deep here. Here's what I want to say about this. This is the result. This right here. This is the result of the times that we live in. That man literally, it was presenting himself as a woman, as a female. Presenting himself as a female. Just so people could understand that he was into women. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But that's what he was doing. Now, I got one more for you guys. I want y'all to see this last one. I want y'all to see this next one here. This is something else. Let me pull this one up because sheesh, it's crazy out here. I mean, it's crazy out here. So this one's called Are Men Becoming More Feminine? It's kind of it's not real long, but it's a conversation. I want you guys to hear this. This is where we are with this.
So speaking of food sources, what has kind of happened to our food source? I mean, you hear these people.
Okay, I got to tell you, I got to say fair use. Fair use found this is now this is actually a conversation of some intelligent people who are observing male behavior and how men are becoming more feminine.
People kind of make these analogies and they'll say the pussification of our society and how men aren't as manly anymore. And we're not like digging ditches and carrying buckets of water and going out and jumping on a wild boar's back and breaking its neck and things like that.
Right? Now that's true, right? Isn't that true? Isn't that true? We're not, this is a whole different society that we live in now. And the average man, I don't know any guys who are out digging ditches and, out doing all of that. All right. Let's keep going.
Things like that, right?
You are, but
yeah,
most people aren't.
Well, I do it just for the practice, just for fun, but we're not as like we're not kind of forced to do these things, maybe not forced to use tools, and so therefore maybe maybe the women aren't as womanly as they normally would be under normal circumstances. You can take that whatever way you want. And maybe the men aren't as quote unquote manly as they used to be. And
all right, so I sped that up. I'm gonna just put that at regular speed because I need y'all to hear what this man is saying. Check it out.
Maybe some of the stuff has to do with our food and our water.
Who agrees with that? Do you agree that this imbalance that we have could possibly have something to do with the food and what's in our water? All right. Key said no. Key doesn't believe that. Okay. Could some of these issues of masculinity and femininity have something to do with the food and the water? Dr. Park said no. Okay. All right. Ree said no. Ma'am said it's possible. It's possible. We are what we eat. Interesting. All right. Ma'am said, read an article about estrogen being leaked into water. That's what this guy is getting ready to talk about, Ree. You right on it. Let's hear some more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a really hot button topic right now because of all the gender identity
right.
stuff and politics. But from a chemistry perspective, I mean, there's no denying, obviously, there's differences between men and women in terms
right.
of hormones and chemicals in your body. And yeah, I mean, in science, they oftentimes call it male feminization. And I mean, a lot of scientists try and skirt around that. They say,
quote unquote.
Yeah, they try and avoid that term.
Male feminization. It's a real term, male feminization. Listen, your grandfather had no problem going out chopping wood. And, as I think about it, my grandfather on my mother's side, he and his brother built the family home that's in North Carolina right now with their bare hands. They built it with their bare hands. After getting off from work, I believe they worked in the fields. They worked in the fields. When they got off work, came home, probably had dinner, and went out and worked the rest of the night building his own home with his own hands. I don't know anybody who has built their own home with their own hands in 2023. I don't know not one man, not one guy. We got everything easy, and maybe that's part of the problem.
But if they're being honest, I think, a lot of times you see that, and that's for men, right? And just an example of that would be lower testosterone, right? Which
all right, hold on, you guys. So we're talking now about lower testosterone. See, I want to get. I don't just want the show to be a bunch of opinion and look. We got to get some science in here. We got to get some facts in here about what's really happening and why testosterone is so low in our men today as opposed to our grandfathers. There is absolutely something happening here.
You know, since 1990, the average man was about 500. Then in the 2000s, it was about 400.
Wow.
And now it's around
Testosterone.
300 is the average testosterone in men.
Shit.
And the companies, the lab companies have even dropped their you know, what they consider normal. Their normal range has dropped. So in other words, if you come in with 250, you know, in 1990, they'd say, oh, you're low, right? And today they say, well, you're good. You're normal.
Right.
Wow. Look at that, y'all. We're talking about testosterone levels in men. It went from 500 in 1990 to 400 in 2000s to 300 in 2010. And you wonder why. Y'all just think it's being lazy. Yeah. Look. When your testosterone is low, and all you have to do is pick up your phone to eat, to play a game, to have entertainment. There are some people who never leave their house, and everything is right there. They don't have to even go shopping. They call Kroger, call Publix, and they come in, drop the food off. And what kind of food are you eating? I'm telling you, there is more. It's more than just being lazy. I hear you, Key. But I'm telling you, there's more to it. There's more to it. Let's hear some more of this.
That's normal. And that's an example of male feminization. But you also
Male feminization. I want y'all to keep an eye out on this. Don't just eat up what the media gives you. Pay attention. Pay attention.
see problems in women too, because puberty is getting a lot younger and younger.
And we all know that's true. And especially in the Black community, in the African American community, puberty, girls are coming on their cycle at 8 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old. There is something here.
You know, for example, doctors are seeing a lot of 8-year-olds with puberty, you know, girls. And you see it in boys too, actually, but more so in women.
Now, how do you think that affects girls as they get older? If you have become, because they say that, you know, once you get your cycle, you have become a woman. Now you can have a baby, and you're 8 years old. So where do you go from there? There's almost a whole childhood that's skipped because of that.
And
fair use on this, fair use.
But they're doing the exact same thing there. And I wrote about this in my book because they're trying to redefine the normal age range of puberty now because it's become so common. And I think that's because of these artificial chemicals that we're exposed to in our food, in our water.
Artificial chemicals we're exposed to in our food and in our water.
You know, in our personal care products,
Right.
which is a huge source that most people are
So just the general basis of it is that maybe the automobiles that we have and maybe some of the ways that we care for our crops and maybe just I don't know, the toxification of the earth from us living here. Maybe all these things have contaminated our foods with things that could potentially raise our estrogen levels and your estrogen and your testosterone levels. I would imagine there's some give and take on that. Like your estrogen is being elevated by something, maybe your testosterone might drop, and maybe vice.
Listen, this is not by accident. This is not by accident. Look, this is why I'm bringing this, right? Because, you know, we think it's just social, but it's deeper. There's a reason why boys don't want to go outside and run and jump and do all the things. See, here's the thing. When I was younger, all the boys wanted to be one cartoon character. Guess who it was? Drop in the comment section on who was that cartoon character that every boy wanted to be. Who was it? Let's say in the 1980s. What cartoon character did every boy want to be? Come on. I'll give you two more seconds. Every cartoon character. There you go. Superman. Superman. Hercules. You're right. Hercules. The Incredible Hulk. I said one character, but there's more, right? And every boy wanted to be that because those characters were the symbol of strength. To have muscles. I remember being a young boy doing this. Walked around, yes, the cartoon He-Man. He-Man was cut. We used to watch we Batman, right? Batman was in great physical condition. You couldn't fully see everything he had, but you saw that six-pack, right? Great physical condition. It was the symbol of masculinity to be in great physical condition. So we grew up, we watched wrestling. I remember a guy by the name of Ivan Putski. I'm going back. You got to be a certain age to know about WWF back in the day. Ivan Putski. I think they used to call him the Polish Hammer. That guy was cut. He was strong. And all the boys wanted to emulate that. Cut to today. And none of these boys are strong. None of these boys look, I want y'all to just observe the way the masculine roles in the masculine behavior and demeanor of our young boys. I want y'all to just observe it. Like when they walk, there's no strength in the walk. They walk flat-footed, like it's very sad. it's very sad. Let me hear a little bit more of this. Let's get a little bit more of this, and then we'll get off of this.
Vice versa. Yep. And it's especially through the protein called SHBG, which I know you know a lot about. But basically, in my book, I call that the limo service for hormones to try and make it simple for people to understand, because testosterone and estrogen, they both float on water.
Right.
You know, it's like cholesterol. They're made from cholesterol, both of them. And that's one of the definitions of a sex hormone. It's a hormone made from cholesterol as opposed to,
So it's like, would it be, is it fat soluble?
Yeah.
Is that,
yeah,
that correct?
Yeah. And that's one of the issues with the artificial estrogens. They store in your fat. But basically, just to get around your bloodstream, your blood is aqueous. It's like water. So they can't just get around your blood. So they need to get in the limo, right? They need to get on SHBG, and both estrogen and testosterone both ride that same limo. They both ride SHBG to get around your blood. So they're competitive with each other. And that's one of the ways your body kind of detects and regulates that relationship. And it's a delicate balance.
Right.
And the other aspect of estrogen, natural estrogen, and testosterone, frankly, is they're at the nanogram levels in our body. Nanogram. And that's 10 to the minus 9th grams.
Small,
I mean, that's a difficult thing to measure. And so, when I'm talking about men's estrogen, usually I'm talking about 20 nanograms per liter.
All right. They're getting real nerdy with it right now. But essentially, when those things are off, you see more men becoming more feminine. You see more men being more emotional. You see men being less desiring to step up, to go get. Listen, the testosterone is the thing that allows men that gives the guy the desire to win, to achieve, to build, to protect. I'm telling you, it's not just that he doesn't want to. There is something actually happening here. There's something actually happening here. And we have to pay attention to it. Have to pay attention to it. All right, let me pull this article. I got one more thing I want you guys to see on this. Got one more article here. Let me pull it up right now. This is real, y'all. LV said nanotechnology, when used incorrectly, can be dangerous. It's very true. All right, let me pull this article up. Are men becoming more like women? Now, look, this isn't to disparage men, but this is also to give women some answers as to why things are what they are. You just think that, oh, well, these guys, they won't step up. I'm telling you, there's more to it. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna read this, and then I'm gonna give some ideas as to how to deal with these situations, because I'm hearing it way too often. All right. Let's see what this article says. It says why men are becoming more like women. In its recent special on the state of American women, Time magazine announced that the gender wars were over and declared a tie. It's no longer a man's world, Time concluded. We know that. Nor is it a woman's nation. It's cooperative. Well, isn't that something? It's cooperative. With bylaws under constant negotiation and expectations that profits be equally shared. So it says, I'm not so sure. In a war, no matter the outcome of certain skirmishes or battles, the winner is the party whose attitudes, behaviors, and preoccupations come to dominate the post-war landscape. By this measure, the outcome of the gender wars, if the wars were clear, women won. Now, I want to pause on this for a minute, because I want y'all to see something, and I want y'all to pay attention. Don't be so swept up in all of the feminism, the feminist conversations of the girl power stuff, right? Because some of that is causing, believe it or not, some men to back up. Some males to back up. I remember, let's say my son is 19 now. I want to say maybe 10 years ago. We were sitting down watching television. Look, check this out. Hear me out, Dr. Parks. She said, wait, what? We were sitting down watching television. And my son said, Daddy, I noticed that there's no toys on TV for boys. He said all the toy commercials are for girls. And it was like, at the time, everything was like girl power, supporting girls. Like it was. Now, of course, I got a daughter. I have daughters, right? And so I am in support of that, right? But I'm telling you, if you don't mention boys, you're saying that boys don't count. Where's my buzzer at? If you're not mentioning that boys need to be supported, if you're not mentioning that boys should be tough, if you're not mentioning that boys should be rugged, boys should be builders, boys should be climbing and jumping and competing, right? It's what he has to do as a man. All of those qualities, y'all, have been squashed down by feminism. Again, I am a supporter of women, women advancing, girls get, going after it. I have daughters. I want them. I tell my daughter she's going to be a great success one day. I've been telling her that since she came out the womb. And now she's getting ready to go off to college. Right? I support it. But I'm telling you that there is an agenda against men. And if you want a man, if you would like to have a man one day, you have to pay attention to these things. It's not always what they're saying, it's what they're not saying. If you want your daughters to have somebody to marry one day, you have to stand up for men, stand up for boys. I want y'all to just observe the way that men are stepping back. Men don't want to offend. Look, some of y'all men don't come up to you and talk to you. You know why? Because he don't want to be offensive. He doesn't want to be offensive, so he just stands there and stares. He doesn't want to be, he doesn't want to be seen as aggressive. So he just steps back and wait for you. And some of y'all are like, what's he waiting for me for? I don't need no man sitting around waiting for me. Yeah. Well, he has adopted the standard of today. Some of those guys of years, years gone by, they went too far. Women like to be talked to by men, but they don't want to be harassed. Understood, right? Some of these guys didn't get the memo, and they went too far with it. So now, boom, now we have swung the other way. And I'm telling you that paying attention to this. Look, we can't correct something that we don't exist, that we won't acknowledge exist. I want you to observe. It's not just that men are just kind of standing back for no reason. It's the food we're eating, it's the water we're drinking, and it's the social situation that we find ourselves in. If you've got a boy in your life, encourage him to get out and to get back into team sports so he knows how to compete. Look, women don't necessarily, in our times, modern times, nothing has happened in a long time, right? So necessarily, you don't necessarily need a man to physically protect you, but you never know, right? If it ever came to it, you'd like to know that the guy who's standing next to you will step in front of danger, right? But I'm telling y'all, some of these boys, I'm observing these boys. I've worked with males for 15 to 17 years, something like that. I've been observing them for a long time. These boys are different. These boys are different. Look, here's something that I want y'all to observe in the boys. This is something that I observed in the boys, right? Y'all remember back in the day when everybody wanted to be like Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan, and we would just go outside and just play. We would just shoot air ball like this, that sort of thing. I saw a boy around last year this time, right? He's listening. Was there any music on? There was no music on, right? He was kind of like, I guess he had a song in his head, right? And he was, doing this little dance, and he did like this. He went. They are emulating murder, emulating success to some of these young men means having a gun and putting another man down. And I'm telling you, we got to have these conversations because this stuff is going right under the radar because society is making women feel good about overcoming men and being bigger than men and being stronger than men and being, and being more masculine. Women are being championed for being masculine. When in reality, most of y'all will say, I don't want to be masculine. I don't want to take out the trash and mow the grass and and plow the fields and shovel the snow. I don't want to do any of that. But I'm telling you, if you don't just look, at least I'm not telling you to direct the flow of this conversation of what you're seeing in modern times, but I just want you to at least observe what's happening. I want y'all to pay attention to what's happening. While they're putting women up, look, I showed you the picture. Showed you the picture. I showed here it is. Where we at? Look. It's real. It's real. This is the picture that they want you to see. They want Rihanna in the front. They want the man in the back and her to show strength and him to show whatever that is. Show his feminine side because he's very feminine with all these dresses that he wears. And somebody's got to say something. Yes, a woman can be out front and lead. I'll put your comment up. Yes, I believe she can. Yes, I believe she can. A woman can be out front and lead. But I want you to pay attention to the whole picture. Don't just pay attention to the woman part. Right? You got to pay attention to the whole picture and see, well, if she is here, because I want her to shine. You heard me say it. I want her to shine. But we can't neglect the masculine role being designed for men. The masculine role is designed for men. And if you are in it, he can't be in it. You going out on a date? Allow the man to open the door, right? I've seen some smart women. They get to the door and they just stand there and hold their, cross their hands. And the guy gets the message. Oh, let me open this door for you. Somebody be like, why? How come you got to remind men to be masculine? Well, whatever it takes. Thank him for being masculine. Thank him for being, look, because masculinity is not easy. It's not easy. These ladies, we were at an event last night, and the lady said, I judge men by what they drink. He said, I judge men by the kind of drink that they order at the bar. I'm not no real drinker. I might have a glass of wine sometime, but I'm not no real drinker, right? They wasn't talking about me. They wasn't talking about me because I had something bubbly, but it wasn't much. But the guy comes up and asks for, some kind of drink and with some fruitiness in it. And I asked, the girl says, I judge men. And I asked the bartender, I said, you judge men too? She said, yeah. I judge men by what they drink. And if his drink is too soft, I think he's soft. I'm telling y'all, it's not as cut and dry as you think. You just think they ain't stepping up because there's a lot of aspects of this. And for us as men, right, we need to continue this conversation. And when you guys hear a man correcting other young men, if there's a man correcting a young man, step out of the way and let him do it. Yes, Key, you're right. It's the old school way. Step out of the way and let men support men. Let men correct men. And I'm telling you, we need this. We need this. We need this. We need this. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me. Drop your comments on this. We can continue the conversation. We can keep it going. I'm doing lots of speaking opportunities around the city and online. I got a couple of them this week, but click the link in the bio and you can follow me at lovecoachatlanta.com is where all the info is. So I appreciate you guys coming through. Till next time, peace and love. Y'all have an amazing night. Later.